Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Pahrump Early Learning Academy, where we are more than just childcare.
Hi, I'm Monique Mitchell with KPVM Television. My children attend Pella and they love it. The curriculum they have is pretty amazing, and my children learn what they need at their level.
Not only are the children learning, they're having fun, and that's what matters.
I like Pella. They help you with your homework, and it's fun.
Give us a call today to tour our facility at 751-5335.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Star Nursery, for all your landscape and gardening supplies right here in Pahrump. Call 775-727-5300 for more information.
Tonight on News 46, the town board has their final say, and time to get those packages mailed in time for Christmas. You can bring your puppies to a community Christmas party. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, December 10th, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. The Pahrump Town Board met last night for the final time in the Calvada Eye. Voters decided in a November 2012 ballot question to dissolve the entity. Voters passed the question by 7,294 votes to 7,063. The Nye County Commissioners will now take over running the town business. On last night's agenda, Town Board Chair Harley Calkin brought forward an item for consideration, the question to approve revoking Pahrump Town Ordinance 18, Article 2 offenses. This PTO 18 addresses, among other things, prostitution not being allowed within the town of Pahrump. The revocation of this ordinance would essentially make it legal for prostitution in our town.
Say there's a vacant place out by Albertsons. Okay, by the Albertsons Shopping Center. And they say, well, we want to have a brothel. And we say, well, you can't do that. And yeah, but they say, but you grandfathered this person in, you allowed this person, and there is a lawsuit, okay?
I'm really having a hard time following you. Do you know what the word zone means? Zoning?
Okay, now wait a minute, there's more. I said I had a couple of problems, okay? I personally have nothing against brothels. That's a working girl wants to make her living that way. That is her body, that is her business. However, I do not want it.
In zoning, there's actually a specific zone that is adult oriented.
It doesn't matter what my opinion of it is or what Mrs. Richards' opinion of it is. It's what's good for the community. And this should not be the last act of this governing body.
Thank you. I've spoken to more people on this subject than anybody in this room. I've been in more houses in this community than anybody in this room. And I assure you, 80% of this community could care less about those things.
I assure you, you're wrong.
Yeah,
you're dead wrong.
Mr. Chairman,
you could be more wrong.
Mr. Chairman, I did not interrupt you, and our format here is that you had your time, and new board members get to talk as well.
Mr. Chairman?
Actually, I didn't have my time.
Call the question.
I forgot what the motion was that he made.
We have a motion and a second to...
The motion is to waive and let Nye County.
Oh, okay.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? You're not voting?
No, I wanted to make a comment on the fact that I don't even think we should be voting on this.
It's so ridiculous.
Once again, the decision to allow the county commissioners to decide on the issue leaves the agenda item dead in its tracks. The audience was packed last night in the Nye County Commissioners' chambers for the final town board meeting. The meeting started out with each of the 5 board members saying goodbye.
Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. It has been an honor and a privilege to have served you. God bless.
Love Dr. Waters' support of the county, that they're saying they're going to do this and they're going to do that, and they haven't done one thing that they've agreed to do yet. Last thing, again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year from my family to all of yours.
I would like to thank each and every one of you board members for a fantastic experience working with you. It's been fantastic.
And News 46 will be airing separate exit interviews with each town board member and town manager Susan Holichek in the coming days. News 46 will return in just a moment with your Desert View Hospital health tip.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
The first sign of heart disease for many people is when they experience a heart attack. Patients with diabetes are at higher risk for developing heart disease, but may not show any outward signs or symptoms. A new study examined whether undergoing a screening CT to look for heart disease or just standard medical management is better for long-term outcomes.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment, 775-751-7100.
Michael McPhee has type 2 diabetes. Having heart disease never really entered his mind until he received a phone call from his doctor.
Dr. Muhlstein called me and said, "You've had a silent heart attack," and it came as quite a shock and quite a surprise, because I had absolutely no symptoms.
That brings up the question is, should we start screening patients who don't have heart disease or evidence of heart disease, but are at risk for it?
Dr. J. Brent Muhlstein from the Intermountain Medical Center Heart Institute in Salt Lake City and co-authors randomly assigned 900 older patients with diabetes who showed no signs or symptoms of heart disease to either screening CT coronary angiogram or standard medical care for diabetes. Patients were followed for an average of 4 years to see which group experienced more deaths, heart attacks, or hospitalizations for unstable angina.
We expected 8% per year to have one of those major primary events. Whether they were in the control arm or in the randomized scanning arm, only less than 2% had an adverse event each year. In these patients, 70% of them had at least some evidence of coronary artery disease by the screening study. That was more than we expected. All of those who were found to have significant coronary disease were recommended to go on more aggressive medical management.
Dr. Muhlstein says patients found to have severe heart disease did undergo bypass surgery or stenting when indicated.
This study just emphasizes that it's not necessary to screen these asymptomatic patients with expensive screening tests like CT coronary angiography. It is, however, extremely imperative that these patients receive aggressive, guideline-based optimal medical therapy.
Michael is receiving that medical care and is monitoring every aspect of his health.
I've obviously tried to improve my diet, mostly for the diabetes aspect, but knowing that it'll help with the heart problem as well.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
All Intermountain patients in both arms of the study were already receiving guideline-based care because of a special diabetes management program at the medical center. The United States Post Office is seeing a 12% increase in package delivery this year from last holiday season. Our own Jennifer Moot stopped by the post office today to find out about some important deadlines.
As you know, this is the busiest time of year for the post office. We are here at the main branch on Postal Road to find out those holiday shipping deadlines.
Our busiest day is December 15th. As far as mailing packages, and that's all, the 17th is the busiest day as far as delivery. The 15th also is the last cutoff day for standard mail, ground mail. So if you're going to mail something ground and you want to send it a little less expensive, you mail it on the 15th. As far as our priority mail, which is generally 2 to 3 days, the cutoff day would be December 20th. Priority mail is generally 2 to 3 days, and it also comes with $50 insurance and free tracking, so that's a good value. And we have a lot of flat rate packages, so if you're mailing something that'll fit in the flat rate packages, you can mail it for as cheap as, let's say, medium one for $12.75, take 2 or 3 days. and it could be as heavy as you want. You can put a brick in there if you like. Express mail is our one guaranteed service. It comes with $100 free insurance and tracking. It takes 1 to 2 days, and you can send that all the way up to the 23rd, depending on where it's going. If you want to send it overseas, you want to send it today, so get it here by the 10th if you want to make sure that it's going to get there on time. The express mail is also delivered to major cities during Christmas Day. They have carriers dressed up as Santa that deliver those express mails. So if you're a last-second person, you want to do that. The self-service in the lobby is open 24 hours, so if we're closed, you can mail it. Now, it won't leave after 6 o'clock. It won't leave prompt till the next day, but it is 24 hours.
And people should also keep in mind they may be expecting something by UPS or FedEx. They drop off a lot of stuff to us to deliver.
For News 46, I'm Jennifer Moots.
And Desert View Hospital is expanding their services to fit the needs of our community.
We're in a position of kind of expanding our footprint, and the hospital is growing, and so we've run out of space in our physical therapy area, so we're doing a little outreach clinic there on 372, right across from Tropical Smoothies, and so it'll probably open up towards the end of the month, maybe first part of January. We've hired some additional physical therapists. You know, the market is really demanding for that service right now, and so we're excited to be able to announce that here pretty soon. You know, you're kind of breaking it here for us right now.
So you have some other facilities here on the campus. Why did you guys decide to Highway 372?
Well, it's good traffic. You know, it's good visibility. You know, and again, it had the open space that we need for a physical therapy gym. You know, we're out of space here at the hospital with physical therapy, and so we needed a space that had open. We talked to the owners of that space, and they were accommodating to us to give us a great gym with all the recent modalities of physical therapy, wound care, occupational therapy, those types of things, with all the latest electronic ways of tracking a patient in there. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I was going to ask you a little bit about what physical therapy all encompasses, but I think you gave us the rundown right there. Can people go directly there, or do they need to be referred?
Yeah, it needs to be a referral through their physician. You know, as a follow-up through their physician. You know, we can do surgical follow-ups, cardiac rehab. You know, pulmonary, a little bit of pulmonary rehab as well. There's a number of modalities. You know, the hot and the cold. You know, the exercising, the weights, the resistive type things, all into the training of certified and licensed physical therapist.
You have added more services here at Desert View Hospital. Let's talk a little bit about those.
Well, certainly, like Kelly said, we've been expanding our footprint, and so we're excited for some things that are going to come in 2015, like this physical therapy clinic. You know, we, within the past year, we've really gotten up and going with our Mountain Valley Physicians Group, which moved their office from one of our modular buildings on campus to this building, this nicer building here up front. So we've added Doctors Dugal, so husband and wife team there in primary care, and they've hit the ground running and are seeing patients. And of course, Dr. Sorensen, our general surgeon, his volumes have picked up, and he's been very busy and continues to see patients, as does Dr. Van Wagner. So lots of great things happening and more to come in the future.
For more information on Desert View Hospital,
they can visit our website at desertviewhospital.com, or they're always welcome to call the front desk. They usually can answer questions at 751-7500, or they can call me at 751-7120.
Tails End Animal Shelter is having a community Christmas pet party.
Well, we got her in over the weekend, her with her 6 siblings and her mother. And her mother is a much older dog, and they're 6 weeks old. They'll be debuting at our community pup party.
And they'll be adoptable right then.
Then they will be, yes, they'll be ready. They're 6 weeks old now, so they need 2 more weeks. They're still nursing, and we want to make sure they're nice and healthy and have their shots.
Can the community come out and bring their dogs to this party?
Well, that's the idea. We're celebrating the dog as part of the Christmas family, and we want everyone to bring their pups, and the party's for them. We have brand new toys for every dog that comes. Santa Claus will be giving those out. We also have a shot clinic, and we'll be selling dog licenses. So You know, it's everything. We're going to have pedicures, so you can get your dog's nails cut. It's just going to be a good, fun time.
So this is all sponsored by Tails End, the animal shelter here in town. And people want to look at the dogs that you guys have available. Do you have a Facebook page or the website, or can they just come on down?
Both. Yeah, we have a Facebook on Tails End. They can also Facebook us on Nye County Animal Shelter, and they can come on down too. And it's just a good feeling. Our dogs will be there at the party for adoption, and if, depending on the weather, they might be virtual dogs, but we'll have all their pictures and whatnot. And it's just like, we want to thank the community, because we've saved so many dogs this year, and it's our way to see the happy ones. And I'll tell you, if their dog is a rescue pet from anywhere, come up and stop at one of our booths and just say hi. Their dog will get an extra toy.
So the date and time of this event?
It is Saturday the 13th, December.
And you guys are located where?
We're right on Siri Lane.
Right off of Kitty Hawk and Basin on Siri Lane, right behind the Nye County Courthouse, huh?
Right behind it, yep. In fact, we're in the center court of the jail, actually, it looks like.
When we come back from this break, your entertainment this week. Actor Mark Wahlberg is seeking a pardon from the state of Massachusetts for a 1988 assault in Boston. In his application, he says he attempted to steal 2 cases of alcohol from a man outside of a convenience store and hit the man in the head with a wooden stick. He then hit another man while avoiding police before eventually being detained with a small amount of marijuana in his pocket. Wahlberg, who was 15 years old at the time, was under the influence of drugs and alcohol during the incident. He also admitted to shouting racial slurs at 2 Vietnamese men multiple times during the crime. Ken Weatherwax, who played Pugsley on the 1960s TV show The Addams Family, died Sunday. He was 59 years old. According to the coroner's office, he died of natural causes. Pugsley was the older of the 2 Addams children on the cheeky macabre comedy based on Charles Addams' darkly humored New Yorker cartoons. The series ran from 1964 to 1966. Weatherwax, who was about 9 years old when the show started, played the part for all 64 episodes. The show and its catchy finger-snapping theme song were popular enough in reruns to spawn 2 movies in the 1990s and a 2009 Broadway musical. When Lady Gaga speaks of young women being abused in the music industry, she speaks from experience. During a recent interview, the singer recalled being sexually harassed and assaulted when she was coming up in the music industry. Gaga said that most of the men she worked with in the studio had been inappropriate at one time or another, barring exceptions like producer Red One, who worked with Gaga on her debut album, The Fame, and singer Tony Bennett, with whom she's collaborated with recently. Actress Misty Upham, whose body was found in October along a river in suburban Seattle, died from blunt force injuries to her head and torso. The manner of her death has not yet been determined. Investigators found Upham's body during a search for the missing actress. It lay at the bottom of a steep embankment near the White River. The 32-year-old Upham was last seen alive October 5th, walking from her sister's apartment. Her father said she had bipolar disorder and bouts of depression and anxiety, but he didn't think she was suicidal. Police have said that they don't have evidence of foul play. Upham had played small roles in Django Unchained, August Osage County, and was nominated for an Independent Spirit Award for her performance in 2008's Frozen River. She also had roles in the TV series Big Love and the TV movie Skinwalkers. Ian McLaughlin, a fun-loving keyboardist who played on records by such artists as the Rolling Stones, Lucinda Williams, Bruce Springsteen, and his own bands, The Small Faces, and its successor, The Faces, died last week. He was 69 years old. The cause of death was complications from a stroke. I'm Deanne O'Donnell. That's your entertainment this week.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Wednesday, December 10th. Today we had partly cloudy skies with a high of 65 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 57 degrees. So it was a little warmer outside than it usually is. That's always nice. Winds were coming from the south-southeast today at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 10 miles per hour. The UV index today was 1, which is low. Humidity was at 38% today. Sunrise was at 6:45 this morning, and the record high in 1950 was 74 degrees. Tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies with a low of 45 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 41 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southeast this evening at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 9 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 54%. Sunset will be at 4:30 this evening, and the record low in 1972 was 20 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 68 degrees and a low of 47 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 20 miles per hour tomorrow. Again, we have a Pacific storm coming in, so we can be expecting high winds tomorrow evening. Humidity will be at 39% tomorrow. Sunrise will be at 6:46 tomorrow morning, and the UV index will be 2, which is low. 4 hours, 7-day forecast. Again, we'll be having partly cloudy skies tomorrow, and then we'll have rain on Friday. After Friday, we should be having partly cloudy skies, and there's also a possible chance of rain again on Tuesday. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the high 60s. They'll be dropping down into the mid-50s on Friday with our storm coming in, and they'll be dropping down even further into the high 40s next Tuesday. Your low temperatures, you'll be looking at a similar pattern starting off in the high 40s and dropping down into the low to mid 30s, and that should remain pretty steady for these next 7 days.
Thanks so much, Noah. This Thursday night, tomorrow, is a very special Christmas concert performed by the High Desert Chorale. Everyone is invited to get into the holiday spirit at the Prump Nugget. The entry fee is a can of food to support our local food banks. Bring the family for a lovely evening. It all begins at 6 p.m. The concert starts at 7. And Tails End Animal Shelter is having their community Christmas pet party scheduled for the Saturday, December 13th from 1 until 3 p.m. They're located on Surrey Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse right off of Basin Avenue. And bring your pets for lots of fun. For more information, you can give them a call at 751-6310. The Prump Art Gallery will be hosting a Christmas open house this Saturday, December 13th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. There's going to be free raffles, refreshments, painting demonstrations, and if you bring your own personal artwork depicting winter, you could win a cash prize. They're located at 601 East Street next to the community library and tucked in within the Chapter 2 bookstore. For more information, you can call Princey at 537-7958 or go to their website, prumpgallery.com. The Silver Tappers Christmas Show will be held this Saturday at the Saddle West. There will be 2 shows, one at 3 p.m. and one at 7. This annual event will support the homeless youth in Nye County this year. For more information and to get your tickets, 727-7011. And that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from everyone up here on the Hill, including Jennifer, Patrick, Noah, and Darby. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.